सर काफी देगा बैठ चेंज काफी देते ना चेंज ಮಾಡಿ
Good evening to one and all. A very warm welcome to the members of the Ramaiah Group of Institution. Request you all to raise for the Ramaiah anthem. We proceed to the first. Thank you.
देव ब्राह्मण धन्युनी सकलांतर्यामी हरि रामण्य समूह दीपजल प्रदीप
Thank you. Before I invite respected members to the dais, I'm happy to showcase a short video of our Chancellor Chairman, Dr. R.Jayararam sir. So request Ravi to please play the video and turn on the lights.
This sums up the life of Dr. Ramaiah Jayaram, a name synonymous with education, health, and philanthropy. Giving has always been part of life for Dr. Jayaram. Responsibility came early to him, being the eldest of 10 siblings. After his education, his father took him under his wing and founded the Ramaiah Medical College and the Ramaiah Engineering College. Dr. Jayaram carried the legacy of growth forward after his father passed on. Today, the institutions his father built are legendary and over the years have gained national and global recognition. Stalwarts have graced the corridors of these elite institutions. Education is empowerment, he believed. He expanded horizons and set up the Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences and School of Social Sciences and Law. Joint collaborations with other universities strengthened his idea of sharing knowledge. He was awarded a doctorate in business administration by the Coventry University, UK. Dr. Jayaram's dream of education for everybody has been realized through this all-encompassing umbrella of learning.
All your thinking should be the holistic approach. After all, the whole nature is of inclusion. So you have to have an inclusive thought process, where when you come out with a holistic approach, it is accepted by everybody, and everybody will get that benefit.
The Ramaiah Medical College Hospital and the Ramaiah Memorial Hospital provide all healthcare facilities and have been in the forefront of handling health crises from time to time. As an industrialist, Dr. Jayaram is the chairman of the Valbel Group of companies with business interests in the oil and gas and manufacturing sectors. Former Prime Minister of UK, John Major, visited Valbel and expressed his appreciation. Harivara is Jayaram's answer to his inner search. As the Dharmadhikari of the Yogi Narayana Mutt, he has touched the hearts of the people by propagating spiritual values and social harmony. Dr. Jayaram's strength comes from his family. Relaxing with them after a day's hard work in the peace of his home helps him take on the challenges in life. He is confident the Ramaiah heritage will be carried on for generations to come. Dr. R.Jayararam is a contented man. He is full of gratitude for what life has handed to him.
Till the life is there, you have to grant it. Whether you succeed or not, that is not the issue today. Our work has to go on till the end.
For him, life holds many more opportunities and looks forward to conquering more challenges.
Shri Amar Srinivas Murthy sir, respected Chief Executive, to please come on guys. Shri V.S. Ramprasad sir, Local Education Foundation, to please come guys. Professor Kuldeep Kumar Raina, Vice Chancellor sir, Ramaiah University of Applied Science. Dr. P.N. Radhan sir, Principal Advisor, Quality Assurance Cell of GEF, to please come. Now I request Dr. Vedaram, Principal and Dean, Ramaiah Medical College, please share her welcome address.
Very good evening. Dear assembled here this evening to witness the grand millennium announcement of the Doctor of Humane Letters to our Honorary Chairman, Dr. M.R. Jayaram, sir, by the Chancellor of University of Illinois, Chicago, USA. It's both pleasure and pride for all of us. Honorable Chairman, sir, Dr. R.Jayararam, also Chancellor was, Vice Chancellor was Dr. Ramaiah, Directors, GEF, Vice Chairman, sir, Chief Executive GEF and Srinivas, sir, Chief Executive GEF Engineering and General Science, Dr. Ramaiah, Chancellor, administrative dignitaries, heads of the institutions, heads of the departments, invitees, all our faculty friends from all the institutions, faculty who is online, Chancellor from Illinois University, who will be joining us online, and Dr. David Prabhakar will also join us online in the next few minutes. A very warm welcome to all of you on this prestigious occasion. 1987, a national leader who had unshakable faith in the divine force, Dr. R.Jayararam, took over the reins and ardently followed the footsteps of the late founder, Sri M.S. Ramaiah, to fulfill his dream of setting up a vast empire of educational institutions. Striving hard, he established this empire of educational institutions, keeping in tune with the demands and standards which are global. And today we can boast about 17 such institutions under a single GEF umbrella. He stuck to his principle of respect. He respected every single person who worked for the institutions at all levels. I want to take this opportunity to describe him as a leader the way I have seen and witnessed in the last 40 years of my stay in this institution. He's been a compassionate visionary. He always looked at the large picture, going beyond cultures, going beyond geographical boundaries, especially when he made multiple MOUs and collaborations inside and overseas. He was very, very talented in identifying the skilled team members in order to motivate them. But more importantly, he identified the motivated skilled team members and inspired them. That's been a very unique attribute of Sir. He always led from front and led with an outlook of no discrimination. There was no discrimination whatsoever. And he always believed he gave everybody a very long road and supported everyone who was involved in the work on the campus. Firmly believed in the old adage which said, to err is human and to forgive is divine. As an effective leader, he understood the circumstantial stresses and he had no hesitation whatsoever in giving and delivering subsidized good quality healthcare to thousands of those who are less privileged. With lots of job opportunities provided to people from urban and rural setup as well, including the differently abled. He even went an extra mile to support their families when they were in trouble. He constantly was striving to deliver, constantly striving to deliver quality education and training. And right enough in 2006, this was acknowledged by Coventry University, which awarded Sir a doctorate degree even at that time. Generosity is in his DNA. Politeness is his second nature. This was abundantly visible during the recent notorious pandemic of the 21st century. He rose briskly to face all the challenges because the single motto there was service to the society. And how did he do it? He stood by everyone who was fighting day in and out to do their best to save lives as much as possible. He supported the entire group in a very sustained manner and in every aspect. They were supported in every aspect. Not just that, he snatched every opportunity to express his appreciation and his gratitude to all the people who toiled for longer than so many months. And these are all the virtues and attributes which have made him a leader who stands tall for what he firmly believes in. Humility personified. And this is something which I have witnessed personally. He never ever shied away from owning responsibility when things went wrong. One of the rarest attributes of an effective leader. Futuristic in his strategies. His designs are mostly based on the futuristic idea and goal. And we are all very, very confident that he dreams big and he's going to achieve it very authoritatively. I am pretty sure, along with everyone who is assembled online and offline, that he will authoritatively carry out the legacy. Such a leader who is an embodiment of rarest of attributes definitely needs a befitting welcome on a day when he is going to be awarded what he richly deserves. I'm just one of the more than 10,000 people who've been working in this campus with all giving all their best. It only becomes that all of us will have to contribute our best to make his dream come true. May I request the audience to please rise, put your hands together for the most befitting welcome to our beloved Honorary Chairman, Dr. R.Jayararam, this evening. I was about to conclude and say my good wishes to everyone, but Chetan wants me to go on for some more time, and therefore I take this opportunity to cite some more examples of how he has really been for the last so many years. Something which I thought is anyway going to be mentioned, everybody knows, is his contribution in Kaiwara. One has to only visit Kaiwara to know the kind of contributions he has done. It's not just the ashram or the temple, and not just because he has a very strong spiritual bent of mind, but because he wants to carry the legacy and he also wants to contribute sincerely to the cause of humanity. And this is something which is not easily accomplished by anybody. There is a situation which I can quote and I can recall. He told me once when I had just taken over this responsible position, make sure we are here to carry on the legacy of my father. And my father was very, very particular that the remuneration or whatever it is called salary is dropped into the accounts of everyone by the date the institution commits and that's set for every month. And it is something which is very great. And he also added, whether or not our kitty is full, this has to be done. How many leaders think of the people who are working in this manner? This was something which is really something which needs to be applauded. And therefore, when many organizations downsized their organizations during the COVID, along with downsizing, salaries were cut to 50%. Ramaiah did nothing of that. Everybody was taken care of in full recognition of the efforts. It's looking at all this, all of us here certainly must be lucky to have been here. And that's probably one of the secrets why I would have stayed on here. Because very early in my career, I realized this is the place where you're respected, taken care of, acknowledged, and they're grateful for what you have contributed with no discrimination. God bless you, sir. Good luck. Stay safe to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your words. Really encouraging to all of us to continue our journey here as long as we can. Thank you so much. We are now awaiting Professor Velu Prabhakaran, Associate Dean, University of Illinois, College of Medicine, Chicago, to join us online in a minute or two. We wait. We check. So please be with us for a couple of minutes. I think he'll be joining us. Next 2 minutes or so. While we await for Dr. Velu Prabhakaran to join, I request Sri Srinivasan Mukhi sir to please share his thoughts for today's occasion.
Honorable Chairman Dr. R.Jayararam, Honorable Mr. R. Sitaram, Mr. R. Ramaiah,
Mr. M.R. Sambangiram, Mr. Pataviram, Mr. Kodanram, and of course, Lady Srimati Jayaram, and all the members of the family, not forgetting Shantaram, of course, and all the members of the family. We get to see all of you together in a wedding only. This is an occasion more important to all of us than a family wedding. Equally joyous. I would like to wish all my colleagues a very good afternoon. All of them I can see in a very happy mood. First of all, I need not really emphasize what a joyous and proud occasion for all of us is. For a foreign university as famous as the University of Illinois, with 5 university campuses in Chicago, Urbana, Springfield, etc., to come to a far-off land, visit our campus a couple of times, right by the president and his delegation, the Chancellor, come here, spend time with us, and then see what work we are doing, and then finally say, here is the leader whom we would like to recognize and honor with an honorary degree. This is one of those very rare things that happen. And all of us, I'm sure, the entire family and the set of colleagues who are assembled here and who are watching us online, we are extremely proud of you, sir, for this. We are also aware that the credit is shared by the family who have supported Dr. Jayaram all these years and who are always behind him. They never come into the campus and tell us what we should be doing. They are behind and they are supporting him, they are deliberating with him about what policy should be followed and how the institution should be taken forward. And we have had so much of guidance from Dr. Jayaram. There are some very special things about Dr. Jayaram which Dr. Meda Rao has already mentioned. But I will just mention one or two. Walking in the footsteps of the founder, late Dr. M.S. Ramaiah, and imbued with the spirit of dedication to not only spiritual pursuits, but also to service of society. All the time that we get by way of message from him is to see that our institutions serve the society in the best possible manner. I have been given the position of chief executive over the last 3 years by the entire family who welcomed me when I first came here on 2nd of May 2018. None of the members of the family, not even my chairman, has asked me, how much have you earned, how much have you lost? All the time, I'm asked, how many people are we serving? How many students are coming here? How many patients are coming here? How well they are being taken care of? And that is how myself, my colleagues, heads of all the institutions, Dr. Meda Rao, Dr. Gurudev, Dr. Harish, Dr. K.K. Raina, and all the teams that are working with all of us. They are all the time worried about how to serve the society in the best possible manner. Whatever resources we have, Dr. Jayaram always asks me, what new things can we build here? What new equipment can we buy for the hospital? How can we improve the facilities here? I think that is the secret of the growth and success of this great institution. And the honors that are being bestowed upon him. A few days ago, the Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce and Industry have been asking me, we would like to arrange this function. One of these days, the Vice President of India is coming here to present this Saram Vishweshwaraya Award to Dr. Jayaram. By a happy coincidence, tomorrow morning is the presentation of the award in the heart of Vidhan Sabha in the banquet hall. And then suddenly we get a communication from the University of Illinois. We have decided to announce an honorary doctorate for Dr. Jayaram in recognition of his great service to not only Indian society, but internationalization of education, the contribution he has made to the global economy and the development of academic world. So please set a date. Said, okay. We had actually set the date today, and tomorrow comes the Vice President to give another award. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great occasion for all of us. We are not only grateful to Dr. Jayaram to allowing us to serve society through this great institution, which was founded by his great father and the great founder, Mr. Ramaiah. And we are also grateful to the family who have supported Dr. Jayaram and through that, all of us. And all the colleagues who have imbibed that spirit of service and they are helping us to take the institutions forward every single day. And COVID-19 crisis was only one example when our colleagues did an exemplary service. No other hospital could handle 800 plus inpatients in a single day. And our Dr. Harish was called by government and said, you are the best hospital to have implemented the R.Jayararam Karnataka scheme. Recognition definitely. And we are again getting ready to provide similar service whenever the society needs this. And besides feeling proud of the awards and recognition that our chairman receives, we are also proud of the opportunities that we have to serve the society. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, sir. Now we have with us Professor Velu Prabhakar, Associate Dean, University of Illinois College of Medicine, Chicago, with us. Mr. Prabhakar, can you hear us well?
Oh, yes, I can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So over to you. We are waiting to hear your.
I can hear you, Chairman.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. What I will do now is I will read the nomination letter that was issued by various committees of the University of Illinois. And then our Chancellor will join us in about 6 minutes. And he will read the citation and announce the award. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir, Prabhakar. Okay.
Thank you. So it is an absolute pleasure for me to read the nomination that was issued by the university. And this was a letter that was submitted to nominate Dr. R.Jayararam for an honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service. Dr. Jayaram is a visionary, institution builder, educationist, philanthropist, industrialist, and public servant. He is the chairman of the Gokula Education Foundation, Bangalore, India, which was established in 1962 under the aegis of Gokula Education Foundation. As chairman of the foundation for the past 2 decades, Dr. Jayaram has pioneered an inclusive and innovative higher education system in the city of Bangalore under a unified brand identity called the Ramaiah Group of Educational Institutions. As chairman of the group, Dr. Jayaram has dedicated himself and has strived very hard to keep abreast of times with a mission of inclusive excellence. He has done so through pioneering initiatives on modern campuses with state-of-the-art infrastructure. His contributions to scholarly and professional world include, bear with me, he has adapted the mantra of innovative quality and research and has infused a global perspective in every initiative of the Ramaiah Group and its institutions. Currently, the Ramaiah Group of educational institutions has more than 5,000 employees and 17 educational institutions and nearly 20,000 students. These institutions are active in education and research. Please bear with me. Bear with me. So Dr. Jayaram has contributed immensely to the overall development of higher education system in India and the region. Dr. Jayaram is associated with the Education Promotion Society of India, a not-for-profit autonomous nodal agency with a membership of over 5,000 educational institutions in India. He has served as a catalyst for promoting Indian higher education since 2012. Given his active engagement and robust contribution to the field of higher education, he was elected as chairman of the EPSI Medical Education Committee in 2012 and continues to serve as senior vice president since 2015. Under his leadership, EPSI has emerged as a think tank that analyzes relevant data and information and influences education policies and policy making both at the national and the regional levels. As a public servant, Dr. Jayaram has held key positions in the government. He was nominated by the government of Karnataka as member of the Bangalore University Syndicate and Senate in 1975-76. As all of you know, Syndicate is the highest decision-making body of the university. During his tenure as a member, the landmark legislation, the Karnataka State Universities Act of 1976, was passed by the Karnataka legislature. It's a landmark act in the annals of the public university and its governance amongst the public state universities in India. Most of the public state universities in India have modeled their governance structures along the lines of this act. Among the various types of universities, since public state universities comprise 50% of the total number of universities in the country, the impact of his work is enormous. At the regional level, Dr. Jayaram has actively championed the cause of education through his leadership as chairman, Government-K Consortium of Medical, Engineering and Dental Colleges of Karnataka, and as a member of the board of directors of ERA, Education Rating and Assessment Foundation, India. The COMP-DK has been instrumental in centralizing the annual national level entrance exams and seat allocation by establishing the nation's first single window system for admission to professional courses offered in the state of Karnataka for students who join the programs from across the country and abroad. This has helped simplify a diverse and complex system of higher education. Member institutions had non-transparent and disparate grading systems which restricted student mobility within the country and prevented peer-to-peer comparison. Therefore, a centralized and transparent single window system for admissions to professional courses was the need of the hour. Dr. Jayaram's role in ERA Foundation has been critical in consolidating the private and private deemed universities in India by offering centralized nationwide entrance exams for courses in engineering, sciences, technology in these institutions. In addition, under the direction of Dr. Jayaram, the ERA Foundation was instrumental in partnering with the QS, Qualtrics-Simons World Ranking and Rating, London, UK, by establishing the nation's first university and colleges rating system, QSI Gauge. Beyond India and the region, Dr. Jayaram has made significant contributions in establishing international collaborations with universities in USA, Russia, UK, Europe, and the Asia Pacific. These collaborations have facilitated mutual exchange of knowledge and technology across the borders in the field of medical and engineering sciences. For instance, the Ramaiah Group pioneered a unique model of setting up International Medical School in Bangalore in collaboration with the Management and Science University of Malaysia. The International Medical School on Ramaiah campus educates and trains medical students from Malaysia who go back to their home country to serve. Ramaiah Group of institutions has international collaborations students and faculty exchange programs with a number of institutions in different countries, including USA, Poland, Russia, and UK. Recently, Ramaiah group of institutions has signed a long-term research cooperation agreement with the Indo-European Education Foundation of Poland. It has actively collaborated with the Coventry University, UK, which in 2006 conferred upon Dr. Jayaram an honorary doctorate in recognition of his contribution to education. And the following items are of particular interest to me and warms my heart because these are the activities that he has shown through his commitment to UIC, that's University of Illinois in Chicago. The range of collaborations with the University of Illinois system, and more importantly, with University of Illinois at Chicago, has been very impressive, and they are as follows. I will not go into details of each project, but I'll simply name them. Heart Rescue India project, which was supported by Medtronic Foundation, bone marrow transplantation program, which was supported by GEF, and we are in the process of developing a first poison control center in the state and perhaps in the country. And then we have United States India Science and Technology Endowment Fund, and we have applied for a number of joint grant applications to that foundation. A new memorandum of understanding between USC College of Medicine and Local Education Foundation has been signed. Medicine has been signed for the following areas of cooperation: stroke and medical treatment for resistant epilepsy, visual sciences, GI cancer, psychiatry, medical education, medical faculty and training exchange programs. Other active collaborations of Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences include 3+1+1 program in different disciplines in engineering, semester abroad program, faculty exchange program with College of Engineering. And also we are planning a number of new collaborations as our relationship matures, and unfortunately, those were held back for about the last 18 months to 2 years because of the COVID-19. And as is apparent from the above narrative, there is significant collaboration between Ramaiah group of institutions and UIC, which continues to grow. The importance of this relationship is further highlighted by the visits of UI leadership, including Board of Trustee, Cepeda, President Colleen Choice, Chancellor Emeritus, Provost Poser, and Vice Chancellor Barish. Additionally, over 20 members of our UIC faculty and staff have visited Ramaiah campuses over the last, and over 15 members of Ramaiah faculty have been trained at UIC over the past 3 to 4 years. These close and frequent interactions have provided and will continue to provide excellent opportunities for students to go to Ramaiah institutions for their study abroad program. Dr. Jayaram has generously offered free board and lodge for our students, UIC students, while they are studying at one of Ramaiah institutions as a summer exchange program. And other significant contributions that Dr. Jayaram has made are as follows. As a philanthropist, Dr. Jayaram has made significant contributions to society by providing scholarships and tuition remission to students, employees, and patients from economically weaker sections of the society. Dr. Jayaram has made deep strides in unhesitantly investing his time and resources for charity. For instance, he has established public health centers across the region providing free health checkup and treatment. According to recent reports, 2016-2018 from a health camp organized under the leadership of Dr. Jayaram in Mudenahalli village, Karnataka, more than 20,000 individuals sought a free health checkup. In the absence of adequate healthcare facilities in the villages, such health camps provide an opportunity to educate, diagnose, and treat those who can ill afford healthcare and thus help reduce health disparities. Most recently, Dr. Jayaram's foundation donated nearly $1 million to COVID-19 related causes, primarily to provide food for those who are in need. Additionally, Local Education Foundation Medicine dedicated initially 200 beds and subsequently the entire hospital of the teaching hospital. The foundation also invested personnel and equipment to safely perform diagnostic testing for COVID-19. These were not required by the regulatory bodies or the government. It is his generosity and commitment to common good that drove his decision to get involved. India is a country that's very diverse and probably has the widest range of religious beliefs, and yet they are united by certain shared values and spirituality. These values are inculcated through teachings of Indian sages and family. In this regard, Dr. Jayaram has worked relentlessly to improve the lives of people. Since 1998, he has been actively engaged in social reforms by serving as the Dharmadhikari of the Yoga Narayan Mutt, which was established as a tribute to the learned sage. Yogi Narayana, he has left no stone unturned in spreading the wisdom of sages' teaching to ensure social justice, empowerment, and emancipation, irrespective of caste, creed, and religion. Further, to preserve the rich heritage and culture of Kaivara in Karnataka state, where Yogi Narayan Mutt is located, he has overseen the renovation and restoration of numerous temples in and around the town. As a person, Dr. Jayaram is very humble, spiritual, with an impeccable personal character and conduct. He is highly regarded not only in the state of Karnataka, but throughout India. A country like India needs leaders who can provide effective, selfless, and inspirational leadership. And undoubtedly, Dr. Jayaram is such a leader. His commitment to excellence in higher education and social justice is second to none. Interestingly, cities like Bangalore have problems that are nearly identical to those we see in cities like Chicago. Disparities in wealth distribution, healthcare, education, justice, housing, etc., are staring at anyone who cares to look. These challenges require thoughtful and sustainable solutions. Dr. Jayaram is doing his part through his compassionate but effective leadership as an educator, as a public servant, as an industrialist, and above all, as a model citizen. Values every member of UIC family aspires to emulate. Therefore, we strongly believe he is highly deserving of the honorary degree from UIC. And now I welcome our Chancellor Emeritus. Dr. Emeritus, if you are here, I would love to take 2 minutes of your time and introduce you.
Good morning from Chicago. Good evening to everyone in Bangalore.
I'm trying to find it.
Good evening, Dr. Emeritus. Can you hear us well?
Good evening. Yes, I can hear you very well.
Yeah, good morning to you and good evening from India. Please go ahead, Dr. Emeritus.
Yeah, it's coming. I'm opening the folder. Yeah, so what can I say? It's an absolute pleasure for me to introduce our beloved Chancellor. Dr. Michael Emeritus took office as the 6th Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Chicago in March of 2015. Since arriving at Chicago's Public Research University, Dr. Emeritus has focused on leveraging UIC's strength to elevate, enhance, and sustain the institution by focusing on student experience and success. Chicago and engaging Chicago and its communities, enhancing UIC's national and international impact and visibility, and becoming a more entrepreneurial university. Under his leadership, the development and implementation of strategies to boost student enrollment have produced a 6-year pattern of record campus enrollment, which surpassed 33,500 students in the fall of 2020, while maintaining UIC's status as one of the nation's most diverse campuses. He has continued to advance UIC's mission and commitment to public education, scholarship, research, and community service with the 2019 acquisition of the John Marshall Law School, creating the UIC School of Law, which is Chicago's first and only public law school. He also led the development and implementation of 10-year capital plan to bolster UIC's physical infrastructure. As a result, in 2019, the university opened a new engineering innovation building and an academic and residential complex, which is part of the first public-private partnership in the University of Illinois system. Currently, several other critical facilities are under construction, including an outpatient surgery center, a computer engineering building, and a significant expansion of UIC's Innovation Center. Overall, since the development of the capital plan, more than $500 million have been secured and invested in new facilities. In 2020, UIC established a new historic record in research awards, exceeding for the first time in its history the 400 million mark. Emeritus strategic support for faculty research in all fields and the commitment of university funding to seed new programs and improve the research support infrastructure have played an important role in achieving this new record. To further enhance UIC's social impact through its cutting-edge research, he established a new campus unit focused on the technology commercialization and entrepreneurship activities that are part of the innovation operations across campus. In April 2019, UIC announced a $65 million partnership with Deerfield Management to form West Loop Innovations LLC, which will help accelerate the commercialization of therapeutics developed at UIC and is a key development of the new University of Illinois system-led Discovery Partners Institute. UIC has been strongly committed to sustainability for decades, and its standing as a leader of the sustainability movement in higher education was further enhanced when Dr. Emeritus announced in 2017 4 climate commitments that address the challenges of climate change and sustainability on campus. In October 2017, Dr. Emeritus launched the university's 5-year fundraising campaign, Ignite, the campaign for UIC to raise $750 million for wide-ranging campus initiatives such as student scholarships, new endowed faculty position, state-of-the-art technologies for teaching and research, and capital infrastructure projects. This campaign is expected to be successfully completed in 2022. Prior to arriving at UIC, Dr. Emeritus established a proven record of building academic and research excellence as a professor, researcher, and a senior administrator at the University of South Carolina in Columbia. He served from 2009 to 2015 as the university's executive vice president for academic affairs and provost, where he oversaw all academic functions on the flagship campus and at 4 two-year regional campuses. Before becoming the provost, Dr. Emeritus was the dean of South Carolina's College of Engineering and Computing from 2006 to 2009 and chair of the Department of Chemical Engineering from 2002 to 2006. He joined the Columbia campus as an assistant professor of chemical engineering in 2019. His research interests focused on environmental catalysts and the synthesis and characterization of bimetallic nanoparticles with control composition and architecture. And he has received, over $15 million in funding and has published well over 110 highly impactful peer-reviewed publications. And he earned the National Science Foundation's Award for Early Career Scientists and Engineers in 1999, the University of South Carolina's Research Achievement Award in 2005, and the university's Golden Key Award for Integration of Undergraduate Teaching and Research in 2000. Dr. Emeritus has also received awards for teaching excellence at South Carolina and at the University of Wisconsin. He was selected a Fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science in 2012 and a Fellow of the American Institute of Chemical Engineers in 2015. A native of Greece and a US citizen, Dr. Emeritus earned his undergraduate degree in chemical engineering from Aristotelian University of Thessaloniki in Greece in 1985, and his PhD in chemical engineering from the University of Wisconsin-Madison in 1991. He and his wife, Dr. Iro Agalopoulos Emeritus, have 2 children, Spacia and Dimitri. Michael, it's an absolute distinct pleasure to welcome you to Ramaiah program.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhakar, and I'm a little bit concerned that the introduction is going to be longer than what I have to say, and you probably found something that my mother wrote a few years ago, bragging about me. So I apologize to everyone. We need to coordinate better. I think I had Prab when he said, and this is our Chancellor, and that's enough in this particular case, because we are not. We are here to talk about Dr. Jayaram, and it's a great pleasure to join you and to join many of the friends that we have by now in Bangalore. On July 22nd, the University of Illinois Board of Trustees accepted the nomination of R.Jayararam, Chairman of the Gokula Education Foundation, for the Honorary Degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Dr. Jayaram was nominated by the University of Illinois Chicago, what we call UIC Senate, and recommended to the board by the Chancellor of UIC, yours truly. The official minutes of the Board of Trustees reflect the following, and I'll give you a summary of what is in the minutes of the board. The Senate's nomination and the recommendation of the Chancellor of UIC were based on Dr. Jayaram's accomplishments as a leader in higher education, a visionary and philanthropist, an industrialist, and a public servant. As all of you know, Dr. Jayaram is the chairman of GEF, which was established in 1962. Under the aegis of GEF and as chairman of the foundation for the past 2 decades, Dr. Jayaram has pioneered an inclusive and innovative higher education system in the city of Bangalore under a unified brand identity, the Ramaiah Group of Education Institutions. Dr. Jayaram has dedicated himself to a mission of inclusive excellence and he has done so through pioneering initiatives on modern campuses with state-of-the-art infrastructure. Because of their size, the quality of their faculty, and their success, not only in educating students, but also in research and community engagement, the Ramaiah institutions have a significant impact, especially in Bangalore and Karnataka. Dr. Jayaram has also expanded GEF's commitment to advancing the cause of healthcare and education through various initiatives, including the Ramaiah Memorial Hospital, the Ramaiah Indic Specialty Restoration Hospital, the Ramaiah Public Policy Center, and the Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences. Dr. Jayaram is well known for his contributions to public service. In 1971, he won election to the Karnataka State Assembly as its youngest member at the time. Through his political and social activism, he made it his mission to promote the rights of women and minorities. And let me open a parenthesis here and say to everybody, including myself, who visited the institutions, has seen this. It is very visible. The Ramaiah institutions are recognized for their diverse workforce, comprising employees from all walks of life and from many different regions, regardless of socioeconomic standing. Dr. Jayaram embraces all forms of diversity as a strength, and much like our institution, UAC, he recognizes that diversity brings together different life experiences and perspectives, enhancing the learning and teaching experience. Dr. Jayaram has further served higher education in India as a member of the Bangalore University Syndicate and Senate in the 1970s, and as a leader in the Education Promotion Society for India, influencing education policies and policy making, both at the national and the regional levels. Dr. Jayaram has served as a catalyst for a range of collaborations between UAC and the Ramaiah institutions. As you know, and as you heard Dr. Prabhakar mention, the UAC College of Medicine and GEF Medical are collaborating on the Heart Rescue India project, supported by the Medtronic Foundation. And the Center for Global Health at UAC and GEF Medical have also worked together to establish a bone marrow transplant program in Bangalore to address the local needs. There are faculty exchange programs developing and many more innovative pathways for further growth in the relationship between our institutions. Finally, Dr. Jayaram led the Ramaiah institutions to become the very first international partner to the Discovery Partners Institute, a joint program for the University of Illinois system here in Chicago. Dr. R. Jayaram, through his contributions to higher education, diversity, and public service, embodies the core values that define UAC, and therefore he is most deserving of the honorary degree from the University of Illinois, Chicago. The president of the University of Illinois system, Dr. Timothy Kalin, also recommended approval, and the board accepted the UAC nomination in compliance in all material respects with applicable state and federal laws, the University of Illinois statutes, the general rules concerning university organization and procedure, and the Board of Trustees policies and directives. This is all the official language to basically tell you we have done everything that needed to be done, and we are very proud that we work together with our Senate and our governing body to secure the honorary degree for Dr. Jayaram. I want to congratulate Dr. Jayaram and invite him to one of our upcoming graduation ceremonies in Chicago, most likely, from what I understand, in May of 2022, to be recognized and receive his honorary doctorate degree. Congratulations, Dr. Jayaram. It is an honor for me and for my university to bestow this degree upon you.
Thank you, Dr. Alvarez. I will request Honorable Chairman to share his reflection.
Surrendering myself to the divine. Honorable Chancellor, Michael Emeritus, Dr. Belur Prabhakar, and other distinguished friends from the University of Illinois. My dear colleagues from the Ramaiah Group institutions, family and friends. At the outset, I would like to convey my most sincere thanks to the Chancellor Emeritus and his board for choosing me for bestowing the honorary doctorate. In particular, Dr. Tiboni Killen, President of the University of Illinois Systems. Many thanks to Dr. Prabhakar, the University of Illinois, for his constant support and encouragement in strengthening our relationship with UI systems. We realize it is somewhat unusual for a great institution of higher learning in the USA to confirm the honorary degree on a person from faraway land. This signifies the great values guiding the University of Illinois. It recognizes merit in any part of the world. It also indicates the importance to you, Dr. Emeritus, promoting collaborations, efforts with universities standing in different parts of the world. The credit of the recognition this is given to me must go to my colleagues in our group colleges and hospitals. All these years, they have managed to train some of the best talents who have had made names for themselves. In different parts of the world, recently my colleagues in our hospitals have rendered exemplary service to people of Bangalore and nearby areas by taking care of over 9,000 patients affected by COVID-19 pandemic. Our group, working in service of society, has been guided by values received by us from our founder late Dr. Sri M.S. Ramaiah. They have also been receiving valuable support and encouragement from partners in India and abroad. Among them, the partnership with University of Illinois, Chicago, and Urbana have been most cherished relationship for me. My colleagues and I value the warm relationship we enjoy with University of Illinois. On behalf of me and my colleagues, I would like to thank you for joining us personally to share the good news. I look forward to meet you all in Chicago next year. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Prabhakar, do you have any final words to?
No, I just, our Chancellor has other engagements, so I just want to take this opportunity to thank him, not only on my behalf, but UIC's behalf, as well as Ramaiah Group. And I'm toggling between the two institutions, so I'll take the liberty to thank him on behalf of Local Education Foundation. Michael, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your commitment and continued support. You have a wonderful day, and we'll continue to move forward with our relationship.
And thank you for the opportunity to join you. This is one of the silver linings in this pandemic, that we all have learned how to communicate from afar and being able to join easily. And we are looking, Dr. Jayaram, we are looking to have you and your family here next year and celebrating with you during our commencement ceremonies.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now I request Sri V.S. Ramprasad sir to share his thoughts.
Honorable Chairman GEF, Dr. R.Jayararam, esteemed Chancellor, University of Illinois, Professor Michael Emeritus, Professor Bellur Prabhakar, our Honorable Vice Chairman, M.R. Sitaram, our Honorable Secretary, M.R. Ramaiah, Honorable Trustees present here, my senior colleague and mentor, our CE Medical, Shri M.R. Srinivas, Professor K.K. Raina, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RUAS, Dr. Razdan, Chief Advisor, Quality Assurance Cell, GEF, distinguished dignitaries, heads of the institutions, distinguished faculty, friends. This is indeed an ecstatic moment for all of us. As you all know, our beloved chairman, Dr. M.R. Jayaram, is being conferred with a prestigious Doctor of Humane Letters, Honorary Degree, from a university, an outstanding university, globally acclaimed university, which has earned a pride of place among the leading universities of US. In particular, I feel very much elated today because I have this opportunity to convey, to express the joy, sense of fulfillment that all of us have here. That too on behalf of the heads of the institutions, the faculty, teaching and non-teaching staff of all our institutions, till the last person who has contributed to build this wonderful group of institutions led by our Honorable Chairman, Dr. M.R. Jayaram. I also feel very fortunate today that I am associated with this Gokula Education Foundation and Ramaiah institutions at a time when our Honorable Chairman, Dr. M.R. Jayaram, has achieved this rare distinction. In fact, what we witnessed during our visit to University of Illinois system is the president, the trustees, the chancellor, all of them hold our Honorable Chairman, M.R. Jayaram, in a very high esteem. We had an ample evidence of that when we visited those institutions, because what we received there was warmth, reception, sense of belonging. And what is very special about this occasion is this collaboration, which started maybe a few years ago, has blossomed, has had many milestones. And this award of Honorary Degree is a very special one. It is yet another landmark in this beautiful collaboration and relationship we have between these two universities, institutions. It's a well-known fact that University of Illinois awards this highest degree to towering personalities who have achieved exemplary and extraordinary public service, contribution to society, which reflects the ideals and principles of University of Illinois in public service, building the academic institutions, excellence, and all that. This recognition for our Honorable Chairman is indeed for decades of dedication, service in building institutions of eminence, repute, public service, especially for the rural folk. For people of Kaivara, I know it personally because I have worked as a deputy commissioner in Kolar. I know the people there and I have witnessed, seen how the Kaivara developed over a period of years. And it used to be very tough sometimes as deputy commissioner to see some strikes, this and that. I used to go sometimes to Kaivara, sometimes announced, sometimes unannounced, to have some peace, and which I had in ample measure. So I would like to mention that here, our Honorable Chairman, Dr. R.Jayararam, is not just chairman of these GEF institutions. He's a friend, he's a philosopher, he's a guide, he's a mentor, a visionary. That's how these institutions have grown leaps and bounds. His passionate, tireless efforts to forge this relationship, this collaboration with world-class universities like UAUC has in fact enabled our institutions to have a transformational change. I also recall with a sense of deep gratitude our visits to, as I mentioned, to institutions of UAUC. This opportunity was given to us by our Honorable Chairman, and there was a lot of invaluable learnings and takeaways. There have been MOUs paving the way for our bright and young students to pursue their higher education in UAUC. So it's a work in progress. It was very much, badly disrupted by COVID, but I take this opportunity to mention here that we have to give momentum, see that these MOUs are fully implemented. Our students should get that benefit. And I take this opportunity once again to congratulate heartily our Honorable Chairman, Dr. R.Jayararam. I also take this opportunity on behalf of all of you to thank and express our gratitude to the Chancellor, Dr. Emeritus, the Chairman, Trustees, President of Illinois University for this grand gesture of awarding honorary degree to our Honorable Chairman, R.Jayararam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Kuldeep Kumar Raina, Vice Chancellor, Ramaiah University of Applied Science, to share his thoughts on this occasion.
Namaskar, our Honorable Chairman and Chancellor of ROAS, Dr. R.Jayararam, the Chief Executive of the Global Education Foundation, Shri Murthy, the Chief Executive of Global Education Foundation, Engineering and Sciences, Shri Ram Prasad, Professor Azan, the Chief Advisor of the Gokula Education Foundation for the quality assurance, very esteemed members of the Ramaiah family. Great pleasure and in fact to be amongst you this year to have this wonderful celebration. Dr. Jayaram, who took the initiative of setting the stage in the writers' office forum, various meetings in the foundation and with me at Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences. A very good evening to you all, friends, and very esteemed guests. What would have been the best pleasure for me to come to this auditorium and share a stage on an occasion when our Honorable Chairman and Chancellor of the Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences is being conferred the highest honor which goes across the continents and right through from the University of Illinois. So, I on my personal behalf and on behalf of the whole fraternity of RUAS, wholeheartedly congratulate you, and I would say, you deal more. I think there's much more to come, in fact. So on this occasion, friends, I would say that I am the youngest member in the family of the Ramaiah group. As a joining, I came here in April. It was a great day, the Vaisakhi, we celebrated wholeheartedly. But my interaction with Sir Dr. Jayaram happened on 13th of November 2020, a brief interaction indeed. But sir, I will never forget those words of wisdom. I entered your chamber, you stood up, gave me a booklet which was like a holy Bhagavad Gita with me because it talks about the karma. And that is the day when I decided to be amongst you all. It is 9 months since I have been holding Dr. Jayaram and the whole Ramaiah group in the highest of esteems. I have been to Bangalore way back in 1978, first time, and had a privilege to work at Rama Research Institute and also at the Indian Institute of Sciences as visitor at times. And when we used to hear that we are going to MS Ramaiah Nagar, I thought, can I enter the gate? But today I'm the custodian in many ways of the entry to this great temple of learning. So time has passed, and being with you is always a great pleasure. So indeed and undoubtedly, these moments are memorable. And today I feel myself that it is a karma which takes us across the places, across the states, across the continents. And destiny had made it that I'm sharing the stage with a towering personality who himself is an institution of a magnitude which has infinite boundaries. People across have spoken so high, so lot about our Honorable Chairman and the Chancellor. Sir, I think we are setting a stage for ROAS to look at the newer dimension. We always expect that our students, who are the stakeholders and brand ambassadors, will take us across the continents. But here I see a different story happening. It is our Honorable Chancellor who is taking us across the continents, across the institutions, and getting that fame and privilege. I think it is we who feel that we are being honored. So while going through a brief profile of Dr. Jayaram, I would say that his hard work, his passion, his commitment to the profession, not only in the education sector, but holistically, to help the privileged as well as underprivileged is enormous. My colleague did make a mention about the Kaiwara. It was in my mind at this thought that I want to see where that temple of peace and temple of holistic the vision is 2 weeks back, without informing anyone, I reached it. I didn't want to go there as a Vice Chancellor of Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences, as an ordinary citizen of this country, so that I will see that how the vibes will attract. So you have put a huge electromagnet in that area. I don't know how people recognize me, and I think it was a passion and orientation of a different kind. I spent about half a day there. It was so soulful and gave stories to me and my missus. Very great producer. So at Ramaiah, we have a vision, which is the vision which is created by our Honorable Chancellor. And listening to Dr. Bilur Prabhakar, as well as Professor Michael, the Chancellor of the University, I think we have to open up platforms at RUAS for such collaborations at a greater wavelength with a harmony of thought process, creating a culture of integrated knowledge, and that too, when the government of India has brought in a new education policy in place. We are working on it. I'm very happy to share with you that we have taken initiatives in that direction too. That from this year, as has been approved by the government of Karnataka, that we have to initiate the process. It has already taken into shape, and I'm sure in due course of time, we will enrich our curriculum and make it a part with the experts from overseas initiatives too, how there could be a translation, and translation not only in terms of writing, but in reality too, for people going across the continents making this use and interpretation of this. We have also constituted the honorary doctorates from the University of RUAS for the people of eminence who, like today, we feel honored. I'm confident and I'm very, very hopeful that in due course of time, that people from other countries should also aspire to get the honorary doctorates, honoris causa, from the portals of Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences and Ramaiah University of Health Sciences too, which is going to be a reality very, very soon. Of this, and we know that we have a strong leader with us, a patron with us, not only the man who is being bestowed the doctorate of humane rights. I think a human being himself, not only in letters, but in spirit too. Sir, your vision is our vision, responsible for thoughts. I strongly believe is going to take the MS Ramaiah group of institutions and the Ramaiah group of institutions to several different heights. On this occasion, the quote which is in my office, and it is from Dr. Jayaram himself. A dream becomes a goal when action is taken towards its achievement. So in your brief documentary, you said, I will, and I will. Till I sleep, I would say, this quote is testimony of the karma. And what we learn from the Holy Bhagavad Gita is it is karma which takes us to the newer and newer incarnations. And I strongly believe that your words will go a long way in enriching us, the young minds, the generations who are going to come to RUAS and the Ramaiah group of institutions to be nurtured, will make them talented so that they will not become the citizens of India only, but the global citizens. With these words, I thank everyone and our heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor, RUAS, on behalf of each and everyone. When we say Vasudeva Kutumbakam, I think it is the education which is going to be a reality. I hope that at RUAS and at Ramaiah University of Health Sciences, it is going to be a reality. Sir, at the end, on behalf of RUAS, we also congratulate you because tomorrow is also a special day when you will be conferred with Sir Vishweshwarya or medal by the Honorable Vice President of India. It is in anticipation of all that. Thank you very much. Jayaram.
Thank you, sir. So now I request Dr. P. N. Razan, sir, to please share his thoughts on this occasion.
Honorable Chancellor and the Chairman of Global Education Foundation, Directors of Global Education Foundation, the families, Chief Executive of the Sri Srinivas Murthy, Sri Ram, Chief Executive Engineering, Sri Ram Prasad, Professor Raina, members of the Ross family. First of all, let's heartiest congratulations to our Chancellor and the Chairman of the Trust for conferring this prestigious award. All the speakers have already said so much about Chancellor sir that I don't know what to say. But since being a man from the quality assurance, I have always been insisting on everybody to provide me the documentary evidences. So here I will be providing only the documentary evidences. During the last 25 years, I think I have been interacting with more than thousands of the technical institutions of the country. I personally know more than 400 to 500 chancellors, chairmen of the different societies, groups, education societies. I have visited them. I visited their offices. The first difference I can see between them and here, when you visit their offices, in the corners, there are a bunch of files with checkbooks, with the chairman's helpers on. And here is the chancellor, here is the chairman of the club, in which room you can neither find a checkbook to be signed for the class. During the last 2.5 years, I had occasion to see him once signing the check. I was waiting 2 years and request him, sir, you have kiski check signed. Can I get income tax pay a personal check signed? That's what he is doing as far as the funds of the trust is concerned. He has delegated great empowerment is used by him by delegating all the financial powers to the professionals, to the heads of institutions, to the various faculty members. This is very rare in the case of the self-financing institutions throughout the country. Whether it's a Dean University or these are the autonomous schools. Second, large number of self-financing institutions are using the funds of the institutions for their own personal activities, requirements also. Here's a group which have totally separated the institutions from the personal activities. I quote an example. There was an occasion of last month, 5 months back, Professor Raina joined. Honorary Degree sir decided to host a dinner at his residence, but because of the COVID and tension, he decided that it would be held in a hotel. So it was converted as more or less an official dinner function in reception of the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Jayaram sir gave his personal credit card and ensured that all the payments are made from his own personal account. So that is the difference between this and others. That is the difference where this group, whole of group, differentiates between institutions and the personal activities. I remember day before yesterday, there was an interview by Narayan Murthy. During his interview, he referred to an incident in school where a teacher was using a chemistry experiment using this common salt, and he was very slowly putting it in the test tube. Narayan Murthy and his friend laughed at him. The principal was also saying, he said, why you are laughing? And I said, what is common salt is here taking so much time? He said, no, it's a property of the school. Come to my house, I will give you a jar of this common salt. But this is the public fund. This is on a sincere funds. It has to be used. That in the whole groups, it was as far as funds are concerned. Next example, I had an occasion of visiting Vice Chairman AICT. We were sitting together, one more common friend joined us. His request was, somehow have been NBA accredited, kindly increase the number of seats in my college. The Vice Chairman AICT referred that here is the person, here is a group of the Ramaiah Institute of Technology, which has been NBA accredited 3 times, but they have never asked for an increase of seat because of this thing. Similarly, with medical college, we are one of the 30th ranks, and all others can easily have an intake of 250 for the MBBS. And we talked to the chairman, sir, he said, no, I am interested in quality. I'm interested in ensuring that the faculties provide international level teaching learning to our students. I'm interested in ensuring that our all students are well placed and provided excellent education. It's not a number which is usually treated in all the higher institutions of the self-funding. Coming to the social corporate responsibilities. We have got roughly, I have got a WhatsApp group of more than 2,000 colleges. During this COVID period, number of colleges have given funds to the government, and immediately same day by the evening, it would come to our WhatsApp group and EPS would congratulate them. But here was the person, even I was not knowing that the Local Education Foundation has contributed some money to the government during the COVID crisis. It was the chairman of the CE who once said that they have contributed the money. That's that he now believes in the publicity. The Jayaram sir now believes that you must go for these low level of publicity, but provide quality and contribute for the social cause. GES are the persons who are appreciated. Wealthy are the persons who are envied. Rich are the persons always who are praised. But character are the persons who are always being vanished. If you have a character, they are the persons who are always being trusted. Here is our Chancellor, who can always trust. Sir, your inspirations, I wish that all of the GEF group of members will imbibe so that we are able to do more and have more teams and learn more and more. Before I close, I once again, first of all, thank the University of India and Prabhakar sir, I think he is here with us, for recognizing the Dr. Jayaram sir, and through him recognizing the whole of the Local Education Foundation, recognizing all the institutions of the group for their contribution. And I assure you that we will try to ensure a good quality towards all the activities as far as academic, research, and social development is concerned. Thank you very much. And once again, on behalf, because I'm closing on behalf of all of us, I once again congratulate the Jayaram sir on this excellent achievement, and we are all proud of you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Bilu Prabhakar has a special message for us. So over to you, Dr. Prabhakar.
Thank you, Chetan. I just want to, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to speak now as a family member of Ramaiah institutions, not as a UIC professor. So I've been associated with Ramaiah Group for about 7 years. I can tell you, I've worked with many universities in India long before I started working with your group. What is extraordinarily impressive to me is and of course, Dr. Jayaram, I cannot say enough good things about him. He's a divine personality. And Dr. Jayaram's brothers, sisters, and their spouses, they really have worked very hard to build upon and to maintain the legacy of late Dr. Ramaiah. The opportunities your family has given to thousands and thousands of students. And we all understand the value of education and what it means to people's lives. It literally uplifts people from poverty to middle class, from middle class to upper middle class to richness. And they become national and international leaders. And therefore, literally, the contribution of Ramaiah institution is immeasurable. I don't say this simply because I like all of you. I've been around the world. I have traveled literally to every major country on the face of the earth, visited universities. And what all of you have done as a family, I want all of you to be very proud, incredibly proud. Jayaram is being honored today. It's a symbolic representation of the extraordinary contributions that Ramaiah and his family has made, not only to Bangalore and education, but for the country and for global well-being. And my only appeal to each one of you is, please continue this. Please continue focusing on quality. Opening one more college and one more school, a lot of people can do with any political influence or a little bit of money. But what I think is going to distinguish MS Ramaiah group of institutions is, I want Ramaiah name to be associated with Harvard. I want Ramaiah name to be associated with Stanford. I want Ramaiah name to be associated with Johns Hopkins. I mean, these are people just like your father. They had a very humble, simple idea. They wanted to provide educational opportunities. Today, people stand in line throughout the world to go to those institutions, irrespective of the cost. And irrespective of the competition, they are willing to toil like crazy to get admitted to these colleges. Why do they do that? What is the legacy? And look at the influence these institutions have, not only in providing education, but affecting social change. The greatest leaders of America, greatest leaders of Europe have come from these incredibly powerful institutions. So it is within your family's hands, within your family's grasp. Please continue this God's work and strive for excellence. That's my plea to your family. And with that, I thank you all very much for what you all have done. Dr. Jayaram, I'm one of the happiest people on earth today. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhakar. Now I request all of you to raise the national anthem. Thank you.